don't know why, but you have to have a pint in the airport. It's just a tradition. There's not really that much to say about it. You just have to have a pint at the airport. I'm literally trying to think of something interesting to tell you about that, but no, it's just what we do. So today I thought it might be fun if we look at 10 weird things Irish people only do when they are on holidays. And there are some very strange things that we just don't do when we're in Ireland. We only do them overseas. What's that about? It's really easy to spot an Irish person from these things. Customary disclaimer, no, not every single Irish person does these things or has done these things. That's not what I'm saying. It's just a list. Before I get into my list, I just want to thank my hero of the week, Jim Lathrop, cool name, who sent me these fans. And they literally are the only reason I've been able to edit this week. I'm in a wind tunnel. Do I look like a supermodel? That's enough of that. On to the list. Number 10, the very first way you can spot an Irish person before they've even gotten off the plane is when the plane lands, we'll all go, yep, we clapped the airplane landing safely. Well done, pilot, we didn't all die in a fiery inferno. I guess it comes from the same idea as thanking the bus driver. It's just something we need to do to acknowledge that we're happy we've landed. And we don't do it just when we're landing in the other country, we land it when we're coming back into Ireland, so it's not just that we're happy to be there, it's that we're actually genuinely glad to be alive. Number 9, it's complaining about the weather. But we do it in a very distinct way when we're overseas. When we're overseas, we're kind of obsessed with the weather back home and kind of hoping it's not as good at home as it is on our holiday. This is the worst conversation an Irish person could possibly have on holiday.
Yeah, no, it's lovely here. Oh, it's lovely there as well.
I mean, we've paid all this money to come on our holidays. We expect it to remain absolutely miserable back home, and if it doesn't, we are sorely disappointed. Also, dear country that's hosting us and that we're having a lovely holiday on, please don't take it as an insult when we complain about the weather. It's too hot. It's too hot. I'm melting. I'm actually melting. I'm going to die. It is freezing. I'm so cold. I'm actually a popsicle. I'm going to die. I've covered it on this channel before. Complaining about the weather is just our thing as Irish people. We love to do it and we also hate to do it. I don't know, it's catharsis or something. Why do we do it? Maybe Irish people can explain it to me in the comments. I'm also guilty of this. And yes, it's f***ing roasting today. Number 8, we become obsessed with Irish food. Every Irish person's mother has packed the suitcase with tea bags, sausages and Gaeilge ham. And by God, when you got to your destination, those were the first things that came out of the suitcase. For some reason, when we're on holidays, we crave an Irish breakfast. Even if you're a cereal person, even if you're a coffee person, you just have to have your Irish breakfast when you're overseas. And as we've already established, Irish cows eat the lovely green grass and it makes the milk and the butter better, and the cream. That's hard to say 10 times fast. Make the milk and the butter better, 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 make the milk and the butter better. And it's something we'll point out if we go into supermarkets or anything else.
The milk and the butter here are terrible.
They are. Stimulating conversation. But it happens. And our milk and our butter are better. Coming in at number 7, it's accessorising the pool. A pool is not just a pool to Irish people, it's an opportunity to build and grow on what the complex has presented to you. But before you do any of that, you must get down to the pool with your towel. Yes, that's correct, an Irish person will reserve their sunbed with a towel. And we have mad competition from the Germans on that one. I remember growing up, my dad would literally get up at 5 o'clock in the morning, go down and put the towels on the sunbeds. And when the towels are on the sunbeds, that means nobody else can take those sunbeds. So you'd be sitting around the pool and you'd see loads of sunbeds with just towels on them but no people, and then you'd be like, I have nowhere to sit. That's very annoying. Yes, it is annoying, but those are the rules. We're very competitive about it and that's just a thing, so meh. When we do get to the pool, we'll essentially move in with floaties and all kinds of things. Pennies are actually doing some mad inflatables at the moment, which brings me on to my next point. Number 6, it's top to toe pennies. I've raved about pennies before on this channel. There was some confusion. Pennies is not JC Penney. It's a different thing. But it's called Primark in the UK. But same kind of buzz. The beauty of pennies is the disposable fashion, and we will go top to toe, all in pennies. There's nothing to be apologetic about. You will also identify an Irish person because they will indefinitely have one of those hair things with the thread. I go on holidays and I have to get one. I don't even think they look good, but it makes it my holiday. What's that Also, henna tattoos. I've read some horror stories about henna tattoos, so I haven't gotten one, but pretty much everybody else I know has gotten one. It's just like a thing you do when you're on holidays. And I don't know that every other country feels quite so obliged when they go overseas. At the halfway point, it's speaking Irish. Now, I'm not proud of it, but something I didn't do well in school was learn how to speak Gaeilge. I genuinely wish I could speak Irish better, but I don't. However, when I am on holidays, I will bring out the Irish. Why? Well, predominantly if I want to talk about somebody who isn't Irish, I can do it in Irish and they won't know about it. It's like a secret language because hardly anybody speaks it. So yeah, if you see two people beside you talking Irish, they're probably talking about you.
Oops.
Did you get your round in? If we're lost for Irish words, we can also talk really, really fast, which I've definitely been accused of on this channel. And we can thicken up our accent. Sometimes we want to sound more Irish, which leads me on to point number. When on holiday, Irish people become very, very nationalistic. The reason for this is predominantly because we don't want to be accused of being from a different nation. England, Scotland, Wales, America, Canada. It's just very important to us that people know we're not any of those things. We're Irish. And one of the big ways we get this across is through our apparel. You will frequently see Irish people wearing Irish jerseys when abroad. These can be GAA jerseys, they can be rugby jerseys, they can be football jerseys. Sometimes we'll even don a flag. In some places, they'll hang a flag out their balcony window. Some people even have an Irish flag towel. If I hung an Irish flag out my window in Ireland, people would think I'm a big silly head, so I don't do it. But for some reason, when on holidays, it's just a thing people do. Not all people, but some people. There's this weird balance where we become obsessed with our nation. God help anybody who says top of the morning to us. Like, what is that? Nobody says top of the morning.
Top of the morning to you ladies, my name is Jacksepticeye. Top of the morning to you ladies, top of the morning to you ladies, top of the morning to you ladies.
Oh, we all eat potatoes? No, we don't.
I love potatoes.
But yeah, I'm gonna wear my Irish flag like a big cape. What can I tell you? It's just what we do. Number 3, we realise how tiny our country actually is and how we're kind of everywhere at the same time. When an Irish person goes on holidays, I guarantee you they will meet another Irish person who they know, or who their friend knows, or who's actually related to them. It's a guarantee. You will be sitting on your hotel bed in Magaluf and your neighbour Jim from up the road will walk in. What is that? Are we all just buying the same package holiday? Or... But it's not even just package holidays, it's wherever you go. I'm in Switzerland skiing. Hey, there's Sinead from work. What? And if you happen to meet an Irish person who you don't know, sit with them for 2 minutes, I guarantee you will find 2 degrees of separation. We are a tiny country, but we're just everywhere. Next up, it's our inability to tan well. Okay, there are some people from Ireland who tan well. Good job, you are special. The rest of us have some strange ideas about tanning. We will get there on the first day, burn, spend the rest of the holiday trying to stay out of the sun until the last day when hopefully our flaky red skin has turned to an off brownish colour. We will go back in the sun on the last day and reburn. If you are like me, you'll be wearing factor 50 but freckling in spite of everything that you do to stay out of the sunlight. I essentially become a leopard in the sun. You'll be easily able to spot me on a beach of other people who aren't Irish by the fact that I'll be reflecting the sun. It'll be actually bouncing off of my skin. Generally speaking, Irish people were not made for sunshine. And coming in at number 1, numero uno, one, Hain. It's our magnet to Irishness. When we are in other countries, for some reason, we just want to find all the other Irish people. And how do we do that? By going to Irish pubs. Why? Why do we go to Irish pubs? For some reason, I feel obligated to go into an Irish pub when I'm overseas. I'm like, I have to go in there because it's made for me and it would be rude not to. We also become a bit obsessed with Irish newspapers. Like, people will hunt down a newspaper. Not so much now with the digital age, but it definitely still happens. You will find your mum or dad trying to get the Irish Times in Nurka. I don't know why. It's just like a big deal that they have the Irish paper. God forbid we miss something that's happening at home. And with the advent of the RTE player, that's our national broadcasting system for those of you who don't know, now people can tune into their favourite Irish television show, The Late Late Show. What's The Late Late Show?
The thing about it is that it gives you a chance to catch up with friends and play a bit of golf and...
Yeah. Super stimulating and worth watching from abroad. But for some reason, when you're overseas, you really need to see it. It's like major FOMO or something. So that's it. Let me know what you thought of the list. Is there anything you'd want to add to it in the comments below? And feel free to engage with one another in a respectful way. If you like my videos, there's a number of things you can do. You can subscribe to the channel, give me a big thumbs up. You can share it on social media. And if you really, really like me, you can join the exclusive community over at Patreon, where we get a little weird sometimes, but it's good. And let me know of any other lists or videos you'd like me to do. Bye. It actually sprays water. You have been in Spain and in France and in England. We're very competitive about it. We're very competitive about it. We're very competitive about it. Oh, it's nice at home, is it? F off, so. Why do we do that? Ah! Oh, that can't be good for the camera.